The old brick wall was covered with graffiti, and no one seemed to know how it got there. It just sort of appeared one day in this dark alley behind the shops. The locals called it the Whispering Wall. One day, two friends, Mina and Akira, decided to check it out. They were just walking home from school when they turned down the dark and narrow alley. They walked past overflowing dumpsters and flickering neon signs until they saw it, the Whispering Wall. Akira ran his fingers along the rough bricks. "Wow, I've never seen anything like this before," he said. "Me neither," Mina replied, her eyes wide with wonder. She leaned against the wall and closed her eyes. In the silence of the narrow alley, she could have sworn she heard a whisper. She opened her eyes and looked around, but there was no one there. Maybe she was just imagining things. As they walked home, the two friends couldn't stop thinking about the Whispering Wall. What could it be? Did the wall have magical powers? Were the whispers the spirits of the dead? Over the next few days, the mystery of the wall consumed them. They had to go back and find out what it was. When they returned to the alley, they brought a recorder with them. This time, Mina leaned against the wall and closed her eyes, trying to listen. For a moment, all she heard was the sound of the city, the distant rumble of traffic, the screech of a train. Then she thought she heard a whisper. She pressed the recorder's microphone against the wall and the machine clicked on. But when they listened to the recording, there was nothing on it but static. Disappointed, the two friends were about to give up when Akira had an idea. He took a deep breath and whispered into the wall. "I really like your hair highlights, Mina." He knew she had been wanting highlights for ages, so he thought it would cheer her up. But instead of bringing her joy, his compliment made Mina angry. "What are you doing?" she hissed, glaring at him. "How did you know about my highlights? Who else knows?" Her voice echoed through the alley. It was then they realized the wall wasn't whispering secrets at random. It was repeating whatever people whispered into it. No wonder everyone was afraid to go near it. If it repeated everything, then everyone's secrets would be exposed. Startled by this discovery, they ran away from the wall and made plans to return the next day to destroy it. But when they came back with a hammer and chisel, they hesitated. The wall was old and crumbling and had clearly been here for many years. Besides, what would replacing it with a new wall solve? The whispers would just start again. As the sun set over the city, casting long shadows in the alley, they sat on the ground, leaning against the wall. Mina hugged her knees to her chest and stared at the dirty bricks. "Do you think the wall will stop whispering if we break it?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "I don't know," Akira replied. He looked at Mina, her face pale in the fading light. Suddenly, he felt like the wall was pressing in on them, suffocating them with its secrets. Mina was quiet for a moment. "If the wall can repeat what people whisper," she finally said, "then maybe it can repeat our secrets." She looked up at Akira, her eyes shining in the twilight. "You know, the ones we tell each other but never get to tell anyone else." Akira understood what she meant. There were some things you only told your best friend, things you never dreamed of telling anyone else. Things like your deepest fears and desires, your hopes and dreams, the parts of you that you kept hidden from the world. He thought about the wall, about how it had been there for years, silently listening to people's whispers. And he wondered, did the wall repeat everyone's secrets, or only those who whispered them? He looked back at Mina, her face illuminated by the soft glow of the nearby convenience store sign. "Then let's tell our secrets to the wall," she said, a small smile on her lips. "Let's give it a rest." And so they did. They whispered their secrets to the wall, their fears, their dreams, their hopes. And when they finished, they felt lighter, freer. The wall had held their secrets for years, and now it would hold them a little longer. From then on, whenever they had a secret to tell, they went to the Whispering Wall. And though they never heard the whispers, they knew the wall was listening.